Welcome to the Politics broadcast. Today we're going to be talking about feminism and basically the main problem with it in society. As we all know, that feminism was a key role in the 70s and the 60s, mainly upvoting for women's rights and civil acts that helped them in society. But then we have encountered a new counter of feminism, a third wave communism, which I like to call it feminism, which is not needed. And this is why. Today in societal standards, it's not needed. Women has all the rights. And now they say they're fighting for rights, but now they're already fighting for superiorness over men. And the problem is with that is because they introduce lies like, hey, we have a wage gap, which is total BS, because if you generally, there's been a study taken that women to go into lower paying jobs. And so is it because it's a woman's job that they lower pay? No, because it's generally harder to find any business, any interest, or any income to get into the field. One of the pursuing fields was art. And in art, there's, as you know, it's a hard business. You have to get people attracted to your piece, you have people buy it, and you have to have a reasonable price. Because only the most infamous pieces get the attention that you hear about. Like the Screaming Face, for example. So now, the wage gap has been debunked many times. Now, let's come up with another lie. Say there was a case where, this is another case why feminism has gone out of control. There's a case where there's a woman who fell into the pool. She was drowning, so a man jumped in and narrowly took her by her hips and got her out of the water. And then did lip compression and saved her life. Now she sued this man, and let's hear her reasons, because we don't judge until we know. She sued him basically because he touched her by the hips without any consent. But there's a problem with that. She was gonna die if he didn't get her out of the water, and it was a necessary step for her living. And when you're underwater, you're drowning, and you can barely talk, or you can't even breathe. So that's another debunked side of the story. And there's another problem. She also said she kissed her without any consent. Well, generally, let's debunk this one, because if you hear, that's the only way she would have got back to life, if she didn't do chest compressions with the CPR, basically. And so that's very few examples. There's been examples in cases where a woman has been driving down the road and says, hi. So there's the lady walks out and she says, it's because I'm a woman, stop being sexist. Now, those are just a few cases, and what you can tell, they're abusing their right. It's like freedom. It's nice to have freedom. It's nice to have freedom, but if you abuse your freedom, you lose a very important key in society itself. Because if you abuse freedom, you never have any order. And you see, that might sound very tutorialistic. Well, it is not. We do it every single day. think of money. Money runs the world. Money, say if everyone got paid equally, if you have a barbarian society, because if everyone got equally paid, everyone would pick the easiest jobs they can, and they'll buy, and then they get equally pay, and not filling up the roles in society that need to be, because there has to be a person that has to work in the sewers, and so that's another reason why that's debunked. I kind of got sidetracked there. Let's get back at the conversation. Now, say a sexist is abusing the definition and your rights. Now, if you abuse freedom, the problem with abusing freedom, because it gives you some purpose without order. Now, even say freedom would be wrong too, because true freedom would be our destiny from dying. That's my personal opinion. And when I said I had a Republican and a Democratic view, I just gave it to you. I said very Republican view where I said I believe in money, but I also believe that many people abuse freedoms. The freedom. Now they sound very similar, do they? But there's a major difference. Because I'm talking about freedom. Being a loose-ended, curved person, which I don't have any problem with. But I like money. I like money because it places order in societies. Without money, society would be kind of odd. It would be definitely odd. It would just be very inefficient. Now, that's my view of it. Now, this will kind of lead me into another view someday for another day, another story, as they say, is that social activism is a major problem. Yes, when you have the freedom of speech, it's alright, and it's okay to get your views across. But when you don't speak the truth, when you abuse, when social activism comes out, there's a point where yes, you can use your free speech, but then there comes a problem when you become too extreme. Not let other people share their opinions, or to the point where it threatens another person's life. And another problem that I see is that they're saying something but denying science or facts. So I'll give you an example of how radical and realistic it is. I don't believe that's a word, but okay. So imagine. Just for example, I said, okay. In Minnesota, it is not cold. We get no snow. Which would be generally a lie because we currently have snow in many places. In Minnesota, there's definitely snow, which I do not live, or somewhere else. Just for example, because I live pretty close. See, and then you enter another problem. And people say, well, you cannot just say that if you've never been there. Just because it wasn't there doesn't mean I don't. I know for sure. I have buddies that live in Arizona. They say they get snow all the time. They snow before me. So this shows the level of complexity of simple-minded people that there are out there. Be careful, because there's a very, very complex world out there. Be complex, but don't be simple-minded. Don't be too simple-minded to not realize the simple solution. You say the simple-minded others can see this simple solution. They can't. They don't see those types of observations. So remember, keep your head up. Defend your opinion. And God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to a weekly broadcast of politics. And don't forget to press that like button, subscribe, and comment. What is your favorite politician? And what side are you on, Republican or Democrat? And tell me why. And may one lucky of you may get highlighted in the next video. Bye. See ya. And remember, said it again. I'm gonna say it again. Be careful of the simple-minded, the complex mind. Will understand the simple answer, but the simple-minded will never see the answer. Keep your heads up.